Alright, Chapter 11, the mining general of the track machine, being capital intensive system with the need of the track position for the working troubleshooting mining over the day-to-day basis for the level of the division, with the head over the most aspect for the mining, with the data collection engine for the generation, with the alert, with the reports out of the mine, meticulously done with the reduce the response with the time of the ensure for the optimization utilization track machine, vision system with the periodic meaning with the different levels with the required with the bringing it to for the issue with the effect of the smooth function for the track machine, with the organization, and for the generate solution. Issue these interactions will serve with the have the finger on the pulse of the organization, just that with the TMS module with the keeping mind they expect with the relevant with the report of the concern official with the hierarchy pre-decided times periodically. Data collection entry for the shelves consider for the creation of the data for the following with the machine data, with the machine detail with the section availability for the quarter blocks each of the day of the week, manpower with the deployment, the various competitive certificate target deployment and project with the delay. Daily machine utilization duty out of the movement of block working with the progress of important machine parameters, maintenance schedule, including intermediate and periodic overhaul, detailed failures and repairs, etc. Annual maintenance contract with the other contracts visit with the server, the engineer, procurement, the spare, with the consumable, the issue, utilization spares, consumer, the deals, units, costs, components like engine, stamping, banks, etc. Inspection various levels of frequency, maintenance operation like tamping, deep screening, and call for the procurement of the spare, the consumable, maintenance, repair, operation, data collection, entry for the validation, different stuff the data shall have with the authorization, various levels of machine in charge, and engine control of the division, satellite depot of the zonal machine depot, and its control of the zonal headquarters of the track machine, control of the railway, broad scrutiny of the data. Enter the validation authority with the correction of the different levels it has, also for the design of the integral part of the data entry, with the generation of the report parts, with the working of the track machine, with the mention of the management of the generation, various reports, blogs, expansion reports, all predefined all through the software, would cause the generation periodic reports, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly reports, option with the use specified with the period, specific machine, with the number of machine types for the jurisdiction and the division, etc. Incorporative position corresponding periods of the previous spells, the years it should be possible to select with the machines, stipulated actual progress with the graphical form, the stipulated block, stipulated demand with a granted available block, granted with a special quarter with the outside of the quarter, position audit, annual maintenance contract with the other contract, maintenance with the other schedule, including intermediate and periodic overhaul done on the time of the analysis, utilization, consumable, the diesel, lube, oil, hydraulic oil, grease, etc. Utilization spare with the fast moving parts unit, as the unit assembly with the components, costly components, expenditure item for consumable spare units, items, assembly staff of the operations spare with the depot, working intermediate and periodic overhaul, etc. For the inspection tablet, graphical form, trailing details, more empowered detail reports, including medical and other costing per unit work with the fixed end cost for the variable cost of the movement of the machine, inch for the television movement, machines off the inter relay movement of the help of the related data with the server, the agent engineer visits the data, etc. Deep screen chart overdue with the screen chart with the tampering chart with the overdue, the tampering chart. Or the module shall be designed to give the report of the machine while the machine type of the unit while the division-wise railway use. Exemption report of the definition of the management control of various levels. 1. Data not enter for the different type of lack of product with the maintenance success of the machine that not available to work with a different reason like the schedule of the maintenance layer of the intermediate and overall periodic overhaul with the unit replacement and repair with the movement, etc. Machine is available but not work for these different reasons like block not given, still not ready for the track materials, not available to the labor staff with not available, holiday rest, etc. For the overdue maintenance for the operation of the tamper, the deep screen, the overdue maintenance schedule for the machine, manpower issue, the overdue, the PME, the period medical examination, refresher, competency, road learning, pre-tampering, deep screening with the user specified period, C with the alerts of the home page of the TMS mobile base for the briefs, decided trigger conditions. 3. Periodic meetings, periodic review of the different aspects of the machine work, appropriate level of the sensible of keeping the tab of the field situation, term of the proper function system, with the keep the staff informed and motivated, regular meetings, scale, happy to have the zonal depot headquarter level with the monitor of the day-to-day progress, impediments, etc. For the daily meetings shall also be held with the field level between the machine staff and the primary over the way staff to avoid any of the communication gap and ensure the quality of the work by the machine is also for the useful to conduct pre-work inspection works out of the senior and junior engineer of the track machine, senior engineer of the permanent way, senior engineer of the TRD, and senior engineer S&T with the per needed work. Or review meetings, fortnightly meeting with the senior and senior of the engineer of the track machine, with the senior junior engineer of the satellite depot and satellite depot who charge with the fleet with the machine, has been conferenced with any for the purpose of discussing the health of the machine facility, resolving the machine safety issue and the satellite data. Most commonly held with the field general with the donor field and section monthly review of the senior service and satellite depot and the zonal maintenance depot official of the respective The assistant engineers of track machine lines with the deputy chief engineer of the track machine lines, various issues with the health of the machine progress, quality of work, failure spray with consumable safety, etc. will be discussed in this meeting. Quarterly meeting with the deputy chief engineer of the track machine line, assistant engineer and track machine lines, and chief engineer and track machine. For the health of the machine progress, quality of the work, failure to spare with consumables, staff safety, etc. will be discussed. And the meeting planning with the annual maintenance contract procurement of spare with the other proposals, infrastructural facility, cabin coaches, etc. should be discussed. Periodic maintenance meetings should be held with the chief engineer of the track meeting, with the deputy chief and engineer of the track machine, which have the DRM, the divisional officer, the different departments of the per need, the zonal headquarters of the track officer, with the cooperation for ensuring blocks joint working and quality of the progress work, organization of the monitoring, the office of satellite depot, zonal maintenance of the depot, the headquarters will have the system control set up with the data entry for the communication information, monitoring work on the track machines. All of these controls will function 24/7. The machines work for the field of 24/7. Alright, track machines of the controls, headquarters of the track machine controls, the office of the headquarters, railway shall function for the administrative council of the junior JA grade with the senior grade scale of the track machine and organization companion with the overthrow and control over all the divisions on depot. Control officers may be around with the clock of all 7 days of the week, but it shall not lower with the junior engineer suitable roster. The EI roster shall be defiled with the control staff. Control officer provided with a railway telephone with STD facility landline telephone STD facility fax machine CUG mobile connection smartphone instrument with effective communication with connected off the PC with the printer interconnect connection with Wi-Fi feeding various detail with the monitoring primary reports of the TMS as well as the other TMSs made available. 2. Track machine control of the zonal maintenance depot level. The track machine with control of the office of the zonal maintenance depot shall function with the administrator of the JA grade with the senior scale of the officer in charge of the depot, the coordinator with the headquarters of the other division, also with the satellite depot, the track machines in charge. Control office shall be manned with around the clock 7 days a week, but shall no longer junior engineer with a suitable roster, i.e. roster, shall be filled with the control staff of the division, control of the vibe of the railway, telephone, SD facility, line facility, SD facility, fax machine, CUG mobile connection, smartphone instrument effect with communication with connected office with the PC with the printer with the entry of the connection with Wi-Fi feeding and the various detailed monitoring printing reports for the TMS as well if the other TMS made available. Division control of the day-to-day planning with the deployment of the machines, arranging the blocks, the monitoring progress of the machine with the coordinate with the other departments. The effective utilization machine will be done engineering control of the division. Present a setup of the division control, serve the function, arrange, augmented with the staff of the track of the machine, organized and repair required. Alright, satellite depot. Effective the mechanism satellite depot closely liaison track machine of the zonal maintenance depot shall put in place with the zonal maintenance depot satellite depot to respond to the real-time base for the failure of the breakdown with the official will help to direct the real-time and direction maintenance charges. Zonal maintenance depot as well as the satellite depot, the other division of the satellite depot shall provide with the railway telephone and the STD facility, landline telephone, STD fax machine, COG mobile function, smartphone instrument, effective communication connected off the PC with the printer with the interconnection with the Wi-Fi with the feeding various detail with the monitoring prior with the report with the TMS and as well with the other TMS. Also made available to the satellite depot have the nominated official for the morning shift of the liaison zonal depot with the maintenance in charge, machine in charge. Alright, 1103 functional division control with respect with the track machines, advance of the planning with the daily machine work to be done with the mining with the grant blocks of the machine to coordinate with between the different departments, the control of the machine in charge of the senior satellite deployment of the zone maintenance depot required for the effective utilization of the machine, regular communication, engineering office of the division, monitoring of the work done during the block for the unusual incidents, real-time reporting of the official concern. 6. Collecting the daily progress of the detailed block hour time and important event for the work with the machine with the given the ready machines able and located for the won't break other but with the consumer the desired different operation block output is duly conciled with the senior service engineer of the program and the way senior engineer, junior engineer track machine along with the reasonable less of the progress if any with the entering with the violation of the track machine with the track and TMS for the senior junior engineer control of the division from a specified block in addition with the other entry, the detention of the traffic, other factor with the affecting of the train, movement on the account with the work machine, monitoring movement of the track machine with the division, include with the machine with its own railway. 10. Recording detail of the fail feature machines, if any, with the getting failure reports. Alright, 1104, function of the track machine with the control of the zonal maintenance depot of the main function of the track machine with the zone maintenance depot ownership of the communicated line between the main machine, charge of the divisional control of the satellite depot of the headquarters, coordinate with the issue related with the deployment, manpower, etc. of the different track machine with the coordinate with the deployment of the machines as per program issued. Coordinate with the movement of the machine, the deployment of the major scope of the periodic and intermediate overhaul, replace with the major component of the assembly, repair with the shell of the coordinate with the ensure the exposition of the movement of the spare of the repair, coordinate with the deputation of the server, the engineering of the office of equipment and management, etc. of the obtaining the record of the detail of the unusual events of the region of the fact of the machine utilization. Getting failure reports the machine in charge of the regular interaction at headquarters, control of the respective above, providing feedback headquarters control regarding unusual breakdown of machines, etc. in real time. Information collected with the track machine, control of the instruction shall be recorded with the comprehensive of the logbook, and shall be scrutinized by the official with the ensure the effect of the functioning zone maintenance with the depot with the control have the dovetail with the TMS module of the track machine systems involved with the different railway distribution roles, responsibility of the headquarters zone and maintenance depot, satellite depot of the divisional control of the made different will not be distributed, modified functional satisfactory. 1105, functional track machine control, headquarter level with the main function of the track machine control of the headquarter level, which will be to ensure the feedback of the feeding of the track machine detailed, including daily practice into the TMS management of the respective official with different levels, visual control, contractual division control of the planning, recording detail of the unusual incident of the other reason affecting the machine utilization, authorization, shifting immunity machines from the one division and other monitoring useful failure of the block bursting recording incident required, according to the railway TMS cell with the commissions of the new machine shifting of the machine to the other railways, monitoring deployment of the machine to field with the approve of the program, bringing the deviation knowledge of the headquarter official with communicating essential construction of the headquarter division field units, generating various reports to headquarter railway board, PCE, CTE, CENT of the track machine, and ensure the information collected with the track machine, control of the instruction given and should be recorded with the comprehensive logbook, shall be scrutinized by the officer to ensure effective functioning. Alright, 1106, monitoring module of the track machine, deployment of the performance of the track machine, monitored with the meticulously desired reports extracted for the informed analysis of the use of the track machine parameters shall be monitored broad with the two areas, working machines effective productive utilization, maintenance machine effectively held with the parameters of the monitoring productivity utilization of the machines. Product V of the target at the beginning of the new year of the railway with the target of the various type of the machine with the issue by the railway board. These year monthly targets shall be broken up into weekly targets. Productivity monitored by the VIS of the assigned target. The shortfall of the productivity of the machine shall be made of the good with the addressing issue with the help of the machine. Adequate track blocks effort should be made with the achievement of the target with the ensure the optimum productive of the track machines. Here is the deployment of the project. With the deployment of the project with the issue each of the machine at the beginning of the year with the should be filed with the endeavor of the control of the non-deviation issue of the program allowed. Performance shall be periodic review with the achievement of the pre-decided employment of the machine and vary for the subsection division complete with the targeted work with the within and shortfall. Shall be responsible for the track machine organization to make with the machine available to work with a good fetal with as part of the requirement of the deploying plan with lost time and the count with the schedule of the machine or major repair shifting, etc. Shall be minimized schedule of the machine with the 850, 100, 200, 500, 1,000 hours, also intermediate and periodic. Overall, shall be meticulously planned advance notice given to the division optimization of the resource. Availability of each machine should be worked out in terms of the day of the machine with made available to work against the total number of the delayed days of each of the division. Utilization of the machine, the ASBH, the GBH, and the ABH rail board has stipulated minimum block of each of the time of the machine. All efforts of the shall be made to operate with the traffic blocks equivalent with the stipulated blocks hours of the making utilization ratio of the granted blocks stipulated blocks as 1.0 intermediate steps to improve the traffic blocks of the machine have the utilizing rate ratio of the 0.8 should be taken at an appropriate level. D. Performance machine in terms of the rated output against the achieve the output rated output machine with the per active of the hours stipulated with each of the type of the machine ratio of the actual output of the rated output is good. Indicated performance of the machine, all efforts shall be made with the achieve the performance ratio of the actual output of the rated output is 1.0 steps. If we take an analysis, if we take corrective action on the machines have the performance ratio less than 0.8. Alright, parameters, monitoring, health machines, monitoring, prescribed schedule of the maintenance, prescribed schedule of the maintenance of the machines, stipulated with the relevant chapter of the machine, to ensure the proper health of the machine, strictly adhere to the new adequate time of the given of these maintenance works, overlapping schedule shall be clubbed to reduce downtime machine without compromising quality of the schedule of the replacement planning with the major components assembly. Major components assembly machine shall be played for the planning member monitor of the zonal maintenance depot with the major shell, including the engine, tamping of the GF, the other gearboxes, axle wheels, pump, and motors of the other critical components decided on. Other important issues were serially numbered performance of these components monitored with a centralized database meaning analysis tool. Monitoring consumption oil and consumables, considerable for the various types of oil, with diesel, lube, oils, hydraulic oil, gear oil, various essential for the keep it under control of the daily, monthly reports should form the base for the apply with the cost extra of the excess consumption, consumable system, health of the machine, indicate with the need of the corrective action. Deep monitoring consumable spare with well consumption of the mandatory spare with the required replacement periodic interval for the rebase and be on a set pattern except for the draw with the periodically reviewed. Similarly, cases of spares consumed the respective base for the root cause of the stuff of the excess consumption should be analyzed corrective action, change the hub, and assembly going to the better quality of the spares will have to be decided. Monthly repairs will bring out the consumption forming the base for the items issued for the spares of those base depot only with the senior engineer track maintenance if the zonal depot approved of the case of the important spares also the stock is low level. Alright, failure analysis. Each failure of the machine, any of the components, either during the detected or during the machine, is recorded and documented within failure register. The failure analysis should be done machine type of the following categories: machine failure with electrical failure, hydraulic failure, pneumatic failure, miscellaneous failure. Failure reports prescribed performance shown in the senior engineer track machine line, the senior engineer track machine, senior depot installation detail of the remedial pressure for the discovered during monthly and help with the senior engineer track machine, senior satellite depot installation, deputy senior chief engineer track machine and lines. Failure report nature of those causing the during bursting and blasting shall be the headquarters of the repaired and fails failure subject of the account of the design should be reported the research design standard operating or office further study and now simply failures related with the periodic overhaul shall be reported especially periodic overhaul workshops. Alright, monitoring competency of the staff of their availability. Track machine has a block of the according staff with the possession various case certificates of PM, periodic medical examination block, competent route learning, machine competency, etc. These ensure the staff is fit with the work for the block and section track machine. Monitoring mechanisms put in place to ensure all staff of the necessary staff fitness and certificate with the staff of the certification and examination be directly timely with the concerned authority examination training certificate. G. Recording machine parameters while working the record for the important machine parameters kept with the machine charging while working may include the various parameters for the squeezing and pressure squeezing time, tamping depth, variation, pressure, tamping machine, tip of the cut, lifting of the ballast, cleaning machine, shoulder ballast, cleaning machine, monitoring those parameters should also quality for the work done with the machine during the block. It should be developed in except the working recording mechanism for the records parameter actual for the while working. Article 1107 of the report documentation. Track machine of the following report document should be monitoring with the performance of the end item to the respect of the working of the machine. You have the daily performance report for the daily performance complied with the track machine control with the information fed online with the collected with the divisional engineer control of the field staff of the will control. Computer printout with containing the detailed blocks for the demanded actual made of the available the proportional output achieved with the actual achieved the cumulative figures from month to year brief the marks less output to include the information of the chief engineer track machine CTE and PCE register with the maintain with the track and the control with the master record of the relevant data at times such for the information compromised. Computerized daily log, a daily wise report with the machine and check with the charge field with the incorporated block deal with the performance schedule with the over the consumable spare the oil consumption spares are required for machine system of the past dummy of the machine repair with the failure shall be made out. Daily logbook shall maintain the machine in charge of the in charge as per format with the annexure 11.1. Breakdown report machine in charge will submit the report with the deputy chief engineer, assistant as engineer, and line of every breakdown of the machine resulting in failure exceeding half an hour of the report shall be submitted per format in annexure 11.2. Monthly appreciation report reports from the machine change of the performance flushing with the number of the days work, the numbers of the days worked out for the reason block available the target output reason less output other remarks consumables fair of the cost area of the failure repairs. Repairs costs were particular of the details of the in-year visit and copy of the reports. Monthly, summarized monthly performance report with item shows showing the schedule of the inspection done on the health of the machine failure and else for the allied work of the machines under the control of the headquarters and the deputy of the track machine line. Record of 3 years, summary of the availability each of the machine, the period of 3 years, painting with the maintaining with the satellite depot, zone depot, showing the glance, availability, breakdown schedule, repairs, periodic overhaul, and the track of the machine. R1108 track management system present model with the track management that was enabled to immediate multiply with the platform available to monitoring the mechanized track machine and input the efficiency. Track machine model with the track maintenance management system is an integral part of the overall architecture. Track machine maintenance. Some various important, including the deployment of the planning of the train, tamping chart, etc. should be endeavored to equip the track management system completely into the time bound with a paperless working with the chief of the presently on progress relay with the module available to track management system statement of the different kind of reports presently available to track management system summarized in Annexure 11.3. Alright, Annexure 11.1 track machines organization engine logbook and breakdown report of track machine. Type of reports for the track management system. Blocks availability, progress of track machines. List of abbreviations. And there was a lot of them. Correction slip details. Alright, and that concludes the last chapter of the Indian Railways Track Machine Manual.